Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. What do you think about empathy? I think we learn empathy from unempathetic people because we don't appreciate when somebody is kind or somebody is empathetic. I have realized that the people who have taught me the most empathy are the people who were the least empathetic to me or people around them. And that is a weird lesson. And that is a lesson of that kind of contrasting lesson exists in many situations of life. I came across Keke Palmer's TEDx video, Allow Me to Introduce, which is titled Allow Me to Introduce Myself. You should watch it. It really brought me to tears a few times. And some of my favorite quotes of hers were like this: survival can be so effective that you do not realize it's no longer serving you. Protecting the whole sometimes means shrinking parts of yourself. Moving forward mattered more than being healed at times. She called herself a billboard for hyper functioning, with style, of course. When adaptive intelligence outlives the conditions it was built for, it turns into compulsion, productivity without presence. And I think about that. And I was thinking about how when you have to climb life, social classes, structure that you come from, that you start from, and you have to go up, you need movement. It's a new trajectory, new tangent. It is a generational shift, it is historic. And it might not feel like that after you have achieved it on an ordinary day. So I've written something, so I'm going to talk about that. If you have never seen anyone around experiment with life from as little as a hairstyle to literally starting a new career, you live in the bubble of traditionalism. This serves you, of course. That being the primary reason why you choose every day to live like that. You would definitely become the black sheep of the family if you have chosen a different career trajectory. It will be isolating and excessively demanding to uproot yourself. In some days, my parents made us all comfortable with uprooting. In some ways, my parents have made us all comfortable with uprooting and planting ourselves again in new habitats, which means adaptation was the core in survival instinct we have. Pretty sure my parents have no idea of the task that they put on their shoulders when they decided to go to a city to be able to change lives of their three daughters purely by education. The presence. I know the perverse tane from relatives must be and are constant. This isn't a video about that story. And there are many stories like that. What I'm saying is the new trajectories of existence lots of trials and errors. Means lots of trials and errors, lots of days without success, and every day as an adaptation mechanism. It uplifts you in a way no one could ever have thought of. That is why it's a generational thing. This generational leap essentially requires uprooting. Sedentary isn't going to be the thing that literally, blasts you upwards. Fixed or attached literally means no movement. In order to move up, my parents took us from our main land to many temporary places. While that was needed at the time and was a historic moment worth a trillion years of celebration, very feminist, it also has lent us adaptability woven into survival instincts. For me personally, movement has become a necessity. That means I find it difficult to rest or not do anything. And I know that kind of is true for my sisters also. And that's something we've learned from our parents. Brown parents in generally don't know how to relax, how to chill, how to do nothing. Whether that is still survival or not, it is a question only I can answer for myself. I've honestly struggled with this a lot. I have honestly struggled with it a ton because movement has a lot of times saved me. So By the way, I'm still writing poems of the day. So another poem that I wrote, someday, hashtag someday. The performative nature of basically everything. Existence without performance is survival. Performance is privilege. Existence, writing, speaking, sitting, all acts of mind feel performative. Even sitting down to write this or laying down for rest feels performative. There is not much in the way of preventing performance. Rehearsals are useless. Every breath is itself a rehearsal. Every move is a planned thing. How to close this constantly staring eye at me? Another poem. A sister is first a mother, then a friend, then perhaps if you grow up, she gets the role of a sister. Nothing has been said, yet nothing has been said, yet chasms flow between us of ruthless insults. Nothing has been left unsaid, yet rivers of distance flow between us. A sister first coddles you, a sister first coddles you, then scolds you, and then breathes life into you when you're more than half dead. Shared womb has given her rights to know you more than you know yourself. All is ever so delicate, all is always considered, all is always resolved within months or weeks. Nourishment for the soul, mean to the core. You want her to be selfish. Don't think too much of every single person around her. Pour into herself. I say, pour to let it flow from you. So, the one of the YouTuber that I had linked earlier in this video was constantly talks about getting off the phone, stop doom scrolling, and actually engaging with your brain. In the world of AI and all, it is very increasingly important. It is increasingly important to engage with your brain, think, and writing is part of that. One thing I've realized, and I journal about watching one of his videos, and one thing I've realized, and I journal about this a ton after watching one of his videos. His is the kind of video that I pause every now and then to reflect and think, and it makes me write, it makes me go on a tangent, I keep writing. And I think the reason he gave a formula for writing, like publishing, writing to publish it, draft it, edit, draft it, paper pen, transcribe it on your laptop, edit it like a surgeon, and publish. Draft, transcribe, edit, publish. Draft, transcribe, edit, publish. That is the flow chart kind of. That was the flow of work that he advised, and he advised on every step how to do it. And I followed it, and I realized that I've been writing since I was a teenager, so I have like bundles and bundles of journals of unedited drafts and unedited stuff, unfinished stuff. So he advised on the editing part. That is where I've been stuck most of my life. He said that that is also important. And you're gonna have to sit and do it, and you have to do it like a surgeon. And it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be heartbreaking because you have to let go of some sentences, but you have to do it and then eventually publish that. Whether it is on YouTube, whether it is like a short story or a poem or your blog or whatever, you have to be done with that work. Otherwise, you will not be able to move forward, or you will end up like I have previously with a lot of unedited, lot of unfinished drafts. So, while I do not have access to all my previous journals, I am like writing on this one and many other pages that I have scrambling around, and I am writing, and I will let you know when I transcribe. So I'm thinking that I will write for a week, and then and then 1 week I'll give it to transcribe, one for editing, and then one for publishing it out, like deciding how to publish it out into the world. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't know which poem number is this, but hashtag some poem number. A poem a day, they say, saves the day. A color, a shade, a petal, a leaf makes me sway. That's all. I've not kept the bar too high. Okay, next poem of the day. It's an old poem of mine, so I was just remembering it. Smile and the world is bright. Suddenly I am filled with light. laugh till the stomach repents, and then all my sorrows end. Another poem. Hashtag poem number something. I have a box full of stickers. Floral, cutesy, teddies, stationery, quotes, birds, mushrooms, and more. A real thing can seem far, far away, but words can make it feel as if it's just right here, next to me on this couch, under this blanket. The love that engulfs you, holds you, and protects you is never too loud. Their presence just enough for your eyes to hear and your ears to see. I don't know why I wrote like that, but you know what? It's just an attempt in writing a poem every day.